What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer A Day with TK. It is a beautiful day here in Findlay, Ohio, and Anders and I are hanging out in the beer shed, getting ready to check out a new beer. What's going on, my man?
Beautiful day.
Beautiful evening.
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 You keep doing that. You keep calling it the day, but it's evening.
Well, it could be the day when the video shows, right? It's a beautiful night. It's nice and cool. I get the flannel out. I'm living the dream, man. It's fat boy fall weather. I'm happy about it. I've had enough of the summer. It can go away.
And smacking the only board in the shed.
I did. There was a mosquito here. I tried to whack it, and of course I hit the only stud board here and mangle my hand. Of course, that's how things go.
So it's a good night.
Yeah. So we're going to try a beer here that's called Birra Peja, and this is the lager. Now, if you saw some of my earlier videos when I was in Kosovo over the summer, Peja is probably, it is the biggest brewery in Kosovo. And it's in the town of Peja, it's western Kosovo, kind of by the border with Montenegro. Now, when I was out there, I tried a number of Pejas. So they have the general one they just call Peja, which is like a Pilsner. Then they had a new one called Peja Crudo. And then this one I've never seen before. And I've been going to Kosovo since 2011, so I guess about 12 years. And I've never heard of this one. I'd never seen it before this past summer. So this one is in this strange little can.
As I say, any idea why it's in this can?
No, I saw it there. It was also in a bottle, but they weren't full-size bottles. The only bottles that I saw of this were kind of like, I don't know what are they, maybe like 8-ounce bottles or something, like smaller kind of ones. But they did have this in a bottle and in a can, but I thought it'd be safer to bring it home in a can than...
And this is a 0.25.
Yeah, a liter. So a quarter of a liter. Relatively small. 0.33 is a 12-ounce beer, right? So this is
roughly, yeah.
So this is less than a 12-ounce beer. And it's kind of like in this Red Bull can.
I was just going to say, this is the size of the old Red Bull cans.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Old energy drink
Before
cans.
They got taller or whatever, but that's what it looks like. 5% ABV. Not 100% sure what to make of this one. Is there anything else on there of interest? Not really.
Not in a language I can read.
No, nothing else. 5% ABV. Ratings-wise, on Untappd does okay, 3.05. Usually with my rating systems on Untappd, the 3 is kind of like a middle-of-the-road okay beer. Anything higher is bonus. Anything below is kind of a minus. Beer Advocate, it wasn't on there, so nothing else to go on there. You ready to give these a shot?
It does say high-quality beer.
Yeah, well, I will say this. If you head out to western Kosovo, the water's magnificent. Crystal clear, delicious water. So all this stuff is brewed with that, like kind of natural spring water. Kosovo is a very mountainous country. Western Kosovo, where Peja is right up in the mountains. Is absolutely stunning. And I actually went up into the mountains with a couple of our buddies there, and they kind of showed me, like, you have these parts where the water is just coming straight out the mountain. They have like a pipe there, and the natural spring water is just coming right out. So, they're working with good ingredients.
Is that where you saw the snakes?
I did. I saw a snake in Kosovo. You know what's strange, man? And I don't know, maybe it's because I was in a more mountainous area. Usually I'm in Pristina, which is a capital city. And I guess you probably don't see snakes in, like, New York City or a big city, right? Somebody's like, there's snakes in Kosovo. And I was like, what? And then, like, the next day, we go to a restaurant, and my buddy, we're driving in and says, look, there's one. It was a snake crossing the road. And apparently a very deadly one, a dangerous snake. Which made me think, stay on the sidewalk. Don't go anywhere near snakes. I don't want to get bit by a deadly snake anywhere. Other interesting thing, this can is green. The top is black. That's kind of different.
It is different.
Can't say I've seen a black top to a can before, but let's give it a shot. So, first things first, color. This thing is crystal clear.
Yeah, that is.
You can see right through that. And if I have to break out my Brew HQ SRM chart...
Yeah, that is super clear.
1, 2, maybe
1 or 2.
It's got a little it's not... It's clear. You can see right through. It's like a little bit of a pale straw color, like probably a 2. Head, I got about a finger and a half of pretty decent looking white frothy head.
Yeah.
Doesn't look to be going anywhere. It's hanging about.
Oh, yeah, there's a decent bit of white frothy head on mine as well. Like,
yeah,
about a thumb's worth.
I probably paid about 50 cents for these. These are pretty
Carbonation,
cheap.
I mean, there's...
You get a stray bubble here and there.
But they're big bubbles.
Yeah.
But then, can you see in yours, does it look like a lot of little fine
Just hanging
You
there?
see that in mine? How it looks
Oh,
like there's
shit, yeah. Yeah, I do
like
see that.
very, very fine.
Yeah, there are. When you look at it closer, you're right. You do see a lot of tiny little... I can't tell if they're bubbles or what. It has to be bubbles, right?
I assume it's bubbles.
Yeah, that's interesting. Huh. Let's give it a sniff.
I'm not getting much off this.
Just like kind of like a light bready thing.
Yeah,
Light bready malt.
which is probably good because for a Euro lager that's traveled halfway around the world,
I'm trying to see if it has the ingredients in it.
a lot of times you get that skunky smell to it.
Well, I mean,
But luckily it's in this can, so it can't really get light struck.
tell
And
you.
it's pretty fresh. I mean, the date on the bottom says 23/5/24, so May 23rd of 24.
2024. So it's still good for another year, basically. It does have the ingredients here, right? And I think this is what you're picking up on the nose, too, right? So it says water, barley, malt, and hops. I think it's a barley kind of smell you pick up. It's like a bready smell, but it's not just straight bread. I think that's like barley or something you're picking up there. It's all right. Not offensive. It's okay.
No, not at all.
All right, let's give it a shot. Cheers.
Cheers.
Relatively light-bodied. Maybe the border of like medium and light.
Yeah, barely. I mean, it's like you know
Barely.
it's there, but it's
Yeah.
very light.
Flavor, kind of like a light bready malt. Not a heck of a lot else going on. Hops, not
I
really.
mean, it's got that typical Euro lager flavor when a Euro lager is fresh.
Yeah, well, yeah, when they're not light struck or skunky
Right,
or something
right.
like that. Yeah, it tastes like a Euro lager. I mean, that's kind of what it is.
But a fresh-
decent one,
a
decent
fresh
one.
Euro
Yeah,
lager.
yeah, it's pretty decent. Haven't had the three of these. I think Crudo is my favorite of the three. You haven't had that yet, right?
I don't think so.
I have one in the fridge for you. The Crudo, I think, is the best of the three. And then if I had to go number two, I'd probably go the regular traditional Peja. Then this is third. All serviceable, all decent. And again, you know, if you're traveling in the Balkans, you can pick these up for less than €1 each usually. I think the bigger bottles are usually about 85 euro cents or whatever, which is roughly the same in US dollars. And these smaller guys, I guess I might have paid like 50 cents or something like that. But, you know, for the price, you could do a heck of a lot worse than this. I paid a lot more for bad beers in America. So,
Yeah, this is really good for the price.
yeah, I think it's a solid sessionable lager, 5% ABV, so you're kind of right on the money where you normally are. I consider 5% kind of like regular old beer. Below 5, I consider light. Above,
Right.
you know, you're kind of getting a little higher.
Yeah, this is really easy drinking. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's again what a fresh Euro lager should taste like.
Yeah, I think if you look up Peja on Untappd, I think they put out an IPA at one point, but that's the only one that I think I've never tried. I've never even seen the IPA. The Crudo is relatively new. It kind of, I think it hit big in the last year or so, although I did have it about 5 years ago on draft somewhere. So that's starting to get popular. But Peja Lager, I think it's a thumbs up. It's decent beer.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. This is a thumbs up. I would definitely drink more of these.
Yeah.
It's something I'll have to look for if I'm ever in that region of the world. I mean,
Yeah,
this is a
gonna
good
try
go-to beer.
I'm gonna try to go back next summer. You got to try to plan to be over there at the same time. There are a lot of little microbreweries in Kosovo as well. As I did a review on one called Grem Beer, and I actually posted a video. And the guy from Kosovo reached out to me and said, you know, have you tried? There's this other microbrewery around here, and I said, what? No, I didn't know about it. I know there's one in Gracanica, right outside of Pristina, and there were a couple of other ones. There used to be one called Sabaya that was run by some It was an American guy ran it. I heard they are still around, but it's more distribution than a tap room. But you know, it's cool to see these beers from different countries, and it's even better when they actually taste pretty decent.
It's awesome when they taste good.
Well, I mean, look, German beer, Belgian beer, everybody sees that. But when you get something from Kosovo or other countries that maybe aren't as well known for their beers, Kosovo's probably more of a wine country. There's a very good wine country. So cool to have these beers. Thrilled to be able to try them. So 2 big thumbs up from us for Peja Lager. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you tried Peja Lager or any other beers from Kosovo? If so, let me know which one you like or what we should be looking for. Hey, till next time. Cheers.